Hello, my name is Dariel, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the Tuesday World Meditation. This meditation is a chance for each of us to come and do something together, to enter stillness together, and to send our intention and strength to Marshall and others together. It is about doing a simple shared action that is needed in the world. Let us first surround and protect ourselves with the love and the grace of God. Before we begin the meditation, I'd like to share a passage from Wisdom from the Greater Community, Volume 2, Chapter 11, Spiritual Practice. I've recently moved to a place of my own after 2 years of living with a number of other people, and I recognized that this was necessary as I needed more quiet time committed to my practice and to really apply myself in these consequential few years that are ahead. I have no doubt that this was necessary, but with the chaos in the world and the difficulties of finding the right place and moving and resettling, there was a great deal of upheaval in my life for a couple of months, and I'm still feeling unsettled. This is not unusual under the circumstances, but I cannot afford to let this take me away from my deeper spiritual practice. This passage I will read you has given me new motivation to recommit my spiritual practice. And I hope it will provide motivation for you if you find yourself in a similar situation. I would also like to make note of the fact that this is 9/21/2021, the fall equinox, the time of the year on Earth when the day and the night are equal in length. This is a time of balance between, and this recognition provides another motivation and contribution to find this natural balance within myself. So I'm reading from Spiritual Practice. The Greater Community Way of Knowledge is an answer to a great set of questions. It is given at a time to prepare humanity for its destined encounter with intelligent life. This represents the greatest threshold of learning that humanity has yet faced. And for this interaction will change the way that people think of themselves, each other, and the world around them. What they consider to be their practical life and their spiritual life change tremendously. That is why the Greater Community Way of Knowledge is being introduced. It is not the only way for everyone. It is a special way for certain people. I am speaking to you now and encouraging you to receive the answer that has been given to your sincere request for purpose, meaning, and direction in life. This is a genuine answer. Now the challenge is to learn to receive it. To receive it, you must welcome it, accept it, and embark upon it. Your commitment to the answer is reinforced every day as you choose to practice. This takes you through thresholds of learning where you have to find a deeper motivation for continuing. All of the false motives for beginning the journey will be disappointed. These disappointments represent thresholds of learning where if you choose to continue, you do so because something greater and deeper is urging you on. Perhaps the journey will not give you the things you wanted. Perhaps it will not relieve all of your anxiety as quickly as you wanted. But something inside you is saying, continue, continue, continue. These are called thresholds of learning, where you choose again to go on, and your decision carries you forward. You do not have these experiences every day. You can experience self-doubt every day. You can struggle with yourself every day. But a real threshold of learning does not come every day. This is very important. Here you choose a greater power to follow within yourself, and within it, a greater reason for proceeding and a greater motivation. This is what enables true advancement to occur, and a greater true advancement to occur You will have to do this even if your beloved companion falls away or chooses another way. It is when you have to go back and question yourself. Why am I doing this? Why? That you find knowledge. Knowledge is not a bolt of lightning. Knowledge is not the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Knowledge is an inner voice and a prompting, and it becomes real in your experience as you attempt something of the utmost importance. Do not seek to experience knowledge in things that are not essential to you, or in things that are not primary to your life and your fulfillment. Seek knowledge within those things that are primary. Then you will begin to experience the power, the presence, and the grace of knowledge. This will renew your faith in yourself, and this will provide a real basis for self-love and appreciation, and a real basis for respect and regard for others. After you have advanced to a certain degree, you will begin to see the basis upon which people succeed and the basis upon which they fail. You will see failure and success within your own experience, and you will see it in others who share this undertaking with you. This then is where you learn to become wise, as real experience replaces expectations, ambitions, beliefs, and assumptions. This leads to real wisdom. Wisdom always has compassion, patience, and regard, for it represents a state of mind attained by one who has proceeded onward past the normal place where people quit, give up, or lose heart. Only as you advance up the mountain will you understand this and understand what it offers you. Move onward and upward. Those who quit early will quit in disgust, thinking it's not the right pursuit. Yes, yet they cannot make this evaluation because they have not proceeded far enough to realize what they are attempting. Learning even a mundane skill and taking it to a highly developed state takes you through certain thresholds of understanding and self-awareness. How much greater then is learning the greater community way of knowledge? And how much greater the rewards, the thresholds of learning, and the wisdom and maturity that are acquired along the way. And as you go, you practice. The forms of practice will change. Your practices will be repetitive, and then they will change. Here you practice until practice becomes a way of life, something that is integrated into your experience and is part of your overall approach. This is when practice becomes easy and natural. This is when your mind practices to learn rather than simply learns to practice. This is when your skills begin to emanate from you naturally, rather than trying to express them or demonstrate them. This is when knowledge speaks through you and its silence abides within you. Things which before were difficult to comprehend and seemingly impossible to experience now become natural and effervescent within you, flowing forth from you like a fragrance from a great bouquet. Practice. Have your questions, seek for answers, but practice. That will take you where you need to go. Practice is not the only thing that you must engage with, and it is not the only element in your learning to discover purpose, meaning, and direction in life. But without it, nothing proceeds, and everything remains only in a state of potential. Practice is a gift to be given every day. When you come to practice, come to give yourself. Do not come just wanting something, saying, give me, give me, give me. Practice is a form of devotion. It is where you give yourself, and then what is given in return can be experienced. People often start with a desire to receive, so they begin practice with great expectation about all that they will acquire and how quickly it will come to them. Of course, it does not come quickly, and they must reevaluate their motives. Here they must seek for deeper reasons for their participation. This leads to self-awareness, and this leads to self-inquiry. This is part of learning, and it is essential. At a certain point, you realize that you must come to participate, to practice, to give something, not just to get something. Something in you wants to give, and the yearning to give can be expressed in practice. Here you give yourself. Your experience deepens, your understanding ripens, and you begin to see and know things you could not see and know before. Think of spiritual practice as a form of ongoing devotion. It is giving yourself to life. It is giving yourself to the mystery and the wonderment of your life. It is giving yourself to the divine presence that is beckoning you onward. And it is flushing you with itself. And it is infusing you with itself through your knowledge. Then your practice will fulfill itself and will become a natural expression of life. So let us now take 30 minutes of meditation, stillness practice. Take whatever time you need to read your own step in inner stillness when you are ready. Nasi Navari Karam. While we are still in this place of stillness, I'd like to share a passage from the New Messenger, the story of the messenger. For Marshall to be able to become the messenger, he would have to have a foot in both worlds, a foot in the real world of human interactions, human relationships, and the difficulties and complexities of relations between nations. He would have to see things that were very troubling. He could not hide in a preferential world, believing in only happy things, or beautiful things, or spiritual things. He would have to have a foot in the mystery, deeply anchored there, so that the challenges and the temptations of the future would not take him out of his role and purpose. Who in the world can understand these things? Who in the world has ever met the messenger or can comprehend the mystery and the power of his presence in the world? Many people will simply want things from the messenger, miracles, dispensations, favors. They want to be healed. They want to be blessed. They want to be enriched. They want to be rescued. They want to be saved. They do not care who he is as long as he can provide these things. And then they will believe, but only to receive, you see. His journey, therefore, would be lonely, isolated, beyond the range of even those who are sent to accompany him and assist him. He would have to live in two worlds, bridging two realities. So very unlike each other they are. Who can do this without losing their mind or falling apart, or being seduced by darker forces in the world, or being overtaken by tragedy and loss and deprivation? It has been a very long road to travel, a very challenging road with many hazards, but the messenger has arrived at his destination. The messenger appears ordinary. He is a humble man. He will not assert himself personally, but within him is the mystery and the power of creation, and the bridge between this world and the divine presence that oversees this world. Let us spend a moment together to be with Marshall and to send him our love and strength. Now see if there are others in the world or in your life who need to receive this strength as well. If so, spend a moment sending strength or another quality to these individuals. Nasi Navari Karam. And thank you all for coming, and we hope to see you next week.